Welcome back, everybody, to the Warlord of SBAS plays Torment 2 as Numenera, episode 112. Last time we did a little bit more exploring in these portal areas, and got Stage back. And I discovered we leveled some, so let's do some levels. Increase step pool. Step pools are pretty okay. Skill. New ability. Yes, let's make these even more powerful. If I do this, what does this one do? Just again. Alright. I think better flash for area effect attacks. No, we're gonna be mostly fighting a large guy, one guy large. So let's do with a one target, but more powerful. That makes more sense. And Siege, you leveled. Increase stat pools. We can give her more intellect. No, you don't really need that. Since you used intelligence a lot, let's give you a little bit more stats there. Alright. Now that we got our A team back, except for the other guy, but I think Reyna will fill that area pretty good. So let's get you exploring the water area. Kind of looks like the creatures from XCOM, the sectoids. Alright, let's continue exploring. What else do we have in this area that is touchable? We have that. Is there anything over here?
Let's go.
We have that guy. Alright, let's talk to this person real quick. Hey, you, Lowen Stoles. The wire giver gives you a nod as you approach. His lips quicken into a friendly smile. Although his relaxed posture suggests a measure of comfort with his surroundings, his hand is wrapped tightly, almost nervously around a tattered, leather-bound notebook. Inexplicably, the book seems unaffected by the water. Lowen Stoles, he says with another nod. Consensus taker and demographer plan petitioner by appointment of the Gayash. He opens his book, leaning it back as its contents remain hidden. Pulls out a cold pen. Might you spare a moment for a few questions? Sure. Sure. He nods, exactly touches his quill to the page, and opens his mouth. Well, he gives you an awkward laugh. I suppose I should. He blinks and shakes his head. With a new enthusiasm, he begins again. Yes, I'm here for the first thing to ask would be... He coughs and closes his book. Strange. Very strange. Well, maybe you have some questions for me. It's a really good idea to have a leather book underwater. He glances first at the tome, then whose marble cover shows no sign of wear or tear, and then of the quill pen between his fingertips. After a moment, he shrugs. I suppose it could be a Numenera of some sort, or maybe the leather is tanned from some sort of hydrophobic hide. He looks again from the book to quill and then back to the book. Strange, though. He concedes. Truth be told, I hadn't particularly thought about it. Can I see the book that you're holding? You may not, he answers out of the question. Absolutely forbidden. He peeks inside it and snaps it shut again. As you can imagine, it is replete with sensitive personal information. The privacy of this citizen, and that naturally, as the agent, must do the same. Alright. Blah says you're not real. just a figment of collective imagination. He shrugs. As you can imagine, we consensus takers receive all manner of imprecations. I suppose this imaginary jab relates to the chief demographic designed to transit us to statistical sampling methods. Okay, whatever that means. He weaves a webbed hand, creating a slight eddy in the water. I assure you, every person counts, even me. He adds with a wry smile. I think there might be something important in that book. Please let me look at it. Boing. Success. Oh, alright, he mutters, but I'll need you to give it back to me right as soon as you're done. He hands you a book far from being full of personal information. It is overwhelmingly empty. There are only 5 pages that aren't blank. Each is a solid color: indigo, blue, gold, silver, and red. In the center of each is a similar tattoo, like a deletion or absence of color. Still, something about them draws your attention. Let's touch the gold because I am currently in gold. Lying prone on doing the pale gray cloak and cowl blending in with the drit. You are surely invisible to the distant Cavaliers. You can no more see you than they can detect the iron wind howling their way. They are ignorant of the line being drawn across their lives, as ignorant of the calm being as they are of the coming storm. Later, this moment will matter, not just for them, for the wind who can now know no master. But what it sows can be reaped, its fruit fermented into toxins. Your brothers and sisters are hard to kill. Faith is hard to kill. Too many of them still revel in the bodies of your father gave them, groveling for the half-chewed meat he tossed away. When the flesh fails, faith will follow. No one loves a father who can't protect them. The dirt begins to stir. The wind is coming, and with it, change. You gave those who lie in its way no warning. You are cast off. These are cast-off memories. There is some familiarity to them, but there is nothing new in this place. Indigo? Smells brackish water fouled out with schist. Burning hair, garbage ground running beneath the sun. It's you that are burning. Your feet are wet, but they're burning too. Differently. They're fled and the filthy saltwater sets your nerves aflame. Ow. Why? Why are they doing this? Through the smoke, through the pain, you see a ruined land, poisoned, stripped, and murdered. The natives want you to look at a stone tablet. They gibber about a contract graven in the rock, generations ago. A trade, a promise. It wasn't you who made it. You swear it. You swear it before, as the folk first pleaded, and then how about the living sphere? They grew for you. How they sapped the land's health and drove out the earth below. The sea is quicker into the sphere. Madness, pain, and madness. You enter life, pain and madness and fire. A few hours and nothing else. Then it will all end. It wasn't me. It wasn't even here. Death without reason, punishment without crime, a legacy of ash washed away in a rising tide. Okay. Well, that's not cool. Blue. There's a time to question and a time to obey. As a soldier, you know the difference. As a friend, even. Does she really mean to put you through her trust in the pendant? His study is adorned with trophies and accolades. A particularly large one commands its recipient for solving a complex feud permeating the entire operation of the caravansary. Vanity, the very origin of the room. Not a clutter, but a catalog. It's a shrine of self-love. As an officer, you disappear behind your ribbons and obliterate yourself. This puzzle breaker has done exactly the opposite. Obedience, the order is given. Your job is to secure the service of the brilliant mind, for whom no conundrum has proven not insoluble. To ask, to wonder, to ponder. Little task for another. At the end, this battle will end. Let the dying stop. Okay. Silver. Across from you is a fellow cast tough. A fellow officer, a fellow gambler. Eyes inscrutable, cards impossible to guess. The other players are broke. Their company's bonus and leave, and even material pissed away at the table. Tomorrow some will die for a want of shield ciphers. Others will live because the captain drew a trump card. Chance. But is there a chance enough? And probabilities become inevitable. And the battle never ends. It leaves you playing for you and your soldiers. Nearly every company is being sent to blah to deal with Blah's assault. Well, one lucky band will have a milk run and a good debauching. Not yours, though. The cards in your hands are low. You know the bluff will be called. Tomorrow your grunts will be in the thick of it. And this leak nibble will be playing nursemaid to an aeon priest. Lucky dumb luck. Grinding beneath it all pride and striving. Red page. You're singing. You were born singing. It shifts your senses away from the smells. It shifts your mind away from the shame. You like the doing of it. The escape from being trapped in your own thoughts. You've seen others that how he made cast off, strong and fast and beautiful, human, even gibbery. Once swift swimmers, smelling a burnt copper. To yourself in the dark, you sing of them and their lives beyond the ghetto's bonds. Okay. You could leave, couldn't you? Any action, any change would surely be a better. But perhaps none. Every song has its place, and the space that holds its sound best, where echoes and reverberations harmonize. This is your place. He locked you here, for better and for worse. You are your own shackles, so you sing. So many memories, so many lifetimes trapped within this place. Weight of it is overwhelming. Okay. Change. He seems happy to have it back. Your book is basically empty. The only pages within anything on them are just marked with my tattoo. There were gills fluttering in what seems to be exasperation of it. Agitation. He clutches the book to his body. Well, basically, this is an important qualification. Then he shakes his head and groans. Very well, I confess. I'm not even the one who filled out these entries. I think that they've been here the whole time. He groans again. The chief demographic will have my scales, I fear. But truth be told, there just doesn't seem anyone to interview. Odd, isn't it? He shrugged it off. You're a consensus taker with an empty book that miraculously stays dry underwater. Can't you see the blood's right? You aren't real. Blood's inhuman face takes you on a very human look. There's part embarrassment, part relief. Ah, he says. And then with a pop, he disappears. Boop. So, was it a good thing? I don't know. Okay.
Yes.
That area's clear. What's over there? Tiber! That's always good. What's up, Tiber? Oh, shit just got real. Crackling heat washes over you and instinctively shields your eyes. When you move your hand, you're no longer in the underwater marketplace. You stand in the center of a village in flames. Tiber, a bruise blooming on his swollen cheek, tries to touch the back of a large man facing away from him. His hands go through the man, as if he weren't there. Come with me, blah, Tiber pleads. You don't need to stay here. We can leave this place behind us and never come back. He said, I know he died, didn't he? Blood turns fresh blood pressure around his wounds on his wide chest, and his face is heavy in sorrow. He never learned, he says, shaking his head. It was never about lying or the cheating. I would have forgiven all of that, fool that I was. His eyes rove over the burning huts that only the three of you can see. They needed us. They hired us to protect them, and you sold them out. He loves him, she says almost to herself. So much that it hurts. Remain silent. No one died. I burned the village to scare them out. Tiber protests, weakly staring at the ground. But the money was good, and I wanted to hurt you. Oh, Ty, Blah says, holding his wounds. You did. And he is very visible now, as insubstantial as the black smoke pouring into the air. You taught me to see things the way you did. That the world isn't kind, and that it broke kind men. He lifts his eyes. But it was you that broke me. You taught me to hate my instincts. To call myself a fool for wanting to save people. Ooh. Love restored. But you weren't, Tiber says, clutching the blows again. This time he nearly gets his hold before his fingers sink through the lover's arm. Like a man trying to hold onto fog. You taught me what a good man was. I didn't listen, but I heard. He lowers his head. That's why I never want to look for you. I couldn't stand breaking your heart again. I don't know. I couldn't. Not before I met the cast-off lad. Law reaches out and cups Tiber's face, holding it with his hands growing solid. My heart was always stronger than you thought, he says softly. And he faces you waiting. Can you stay for him? I'm not here now, he says gently. And no, I can't stay. With a sob, Tiber clutches at him, taking his fingers to it in the large man's clothes. Blood stops in Tiber's arm and smoke becoming flesh. Holds him and kisses his crown of his head. We were the same, Ty. And me? Ty and me? We both wanted a kinder world. But he stopped believing and I let him. Blood smiles at you. You didn't. You blink. It seems at least a very long time. You sense words being spoken. Words that are not meant for you to hear. You sense a kiss lasting a lifetime. Ooh, saved. Link drinks. Sweet. When you open your eyes, blood is gone, and you stand on marketplace once more. Tiber rubs reddened eyes with a slow, shaking hand. Light glitters off the two rings there. Where did you go when you are? He says quietly. Tiber link rings. +3 health and critical chance. Alright. Are you around? Are you going to be alright? Not at all, I'm being honest, he says with a crooked smile. But the day isn't getting any shorter. Ready to go? No. Do it. Alright. Cool. Now we have Tiber.
I am the very soul of action.
I'm the very soul of indifference.
Well, I feel better.
On it.
Good for you. Why am I glowing? So, minor sickness. Does anyone have an open slot? Yes. Rin does. Rin, take that.
That's something I can do.
That's something I can do. Alright, let's look at the last thing in this area.
Go.
It almost starts from the platform, like a horn, or a claw, or a tongue. Its its pretty colored surface has a shimmer to it. And slick structure, textured, not quite mineral. Not quite organic either. The garish appearance belies something ancient, even wise, that seems to radiate from the obelisk. As if it were here at the beginning, or close to it, and yet retained its youthful energy. 4 runes are carved into it, as symbols of the civilization that predated the truth. Get them on the runes. There are some of these shapes, nothing like heavy quadruped or in profile, serpentine double carve a 2-tin comb in a right angled corner. But despite this simplicity, or perhaps because of it, their meaning is inscrutable. They could be simply glyphs depicting actual things from an ancient civilization, or symbolic ideograms, or phenomena, or senseless graffiti. They could be a warning or an invitation, a name, or an epiphany. So goes man's attempt to install meaning in the world. Same in all this itself. The war mystical. You study the strange protrusion, seeking some meaning in its colorful worlds and patterns. Like all Numenera, its exact nature is hopelessly beyond the ken of later worlds. But from your training, you have basic sense that it might be some kind of psychic battery, storing a person's thoughts or memories, or very itself. Touch it. As you lay your hand on the slick surface, the pattern moves and swirl like a living plasma. Actually, no, they aren't moving at all. It was merely a hallucination of some kind. You have a sense that this has happened before. Listen more. A memory shifts and contorts through your mind. Like the colors in the obelisk. It's just a matter of catching hold of it. Try to capture it. Aha. Great success. And my stats are back. Good. A broad smile spreads across your face as you feel the wisdom welling out from your stone. 2 blood beside you, who helped you scrap centuries of incrustation from the stone, says nothing. From your statue, you take a fleshy living artifact engraved with various devices and crystals. You lay it on the obelisk and watch as one of the crystals begin to glow faintly. Siphoning off the obelisk's second missions, you and you alone will reap the bounty of its teachings. As the memory fades, you sense the obelisk's energy has dissipated. In the time you were lost on your own. More recent past. The thing that had tapped the obelisk is long gone. So whatever it meant to share has vanished into the ether. Oh, okay. Neat.
All right.
It is basically useless.
Show them what we've learned.
I'm going.
Alright, I think that's this area gone. Good. Next. Now we
On it.
try to get Medicina. That's right, I think. The White Death or whatever it's called. She's called. The White Death. Seems happy. Alright.
At last.
Before I do that, I want to do something real quick.
Why not?
First, I'm gonna have Iridis.
Tell me where to step. I don't want to kick over your memories.
Wait for me here. Tiber, join me. Alright.
Right.
And then go over here, talk to her. I have more people. Excuse me. I have more people with me. Could you do something for the clothes as well? Absolutely. Once again, she stretches her hands and blah blah blah. Truly a marvel, she says, wondering at her own hands. Tiber is now more pimp. Tiber. Let's check out Tiber's new outfit. Bit of armor. Doesn't look that much different. See if I do this again. No, you're not going to change hers. Okay. Okay, care of yourself. Alright, Tiber. I'm going to have you stay here.
Your mind. Maybe you should have cleaned up a little before inviting people over.
I'm an expecting guess. Well, I'll try not to peek into too many of your covers, so to speak. It's not the first time I've been so out of my depth. Still don't like it though. Trouble in the corner of your eyes, he says, I have the feeling that if I kick a stone, you'll forget how to eat custard. Or soy or soft. Neither option appeals. Rubs his back of his neck. Anyway, did you need something? You don't seem too bewildered by all this. Well, no, I've spent a lot of time in people's heads. And not just the traditional sense. Once when I went to a dance held in the mind of a dying friend. Not fun, mind you. A bit morbid, and the dance floor kept shrinking. He peers around. Her mind was smaller than this, too. Nothing against her, but she could have taken some decoration tips from you. Is it strange at you at all? Oh, it's definitely strange, but not unusual. You know how it is. But you, tempting them, blah. Are you here for me? Alright. I'm curious. Do anything else?
Stranger, what do you need?
How have you been? How have I been? She laughs. How do you summarize the decade of life? She runs her hand through her hair. You know a pale line about where the scar used to be. Life has been good, friend. I fight now, as you can see, and protect her. Not for any love of the work, I grant you, but for love, absolutely. But you have given me so much more. My gods are strong. I've learned of a thing, something my parents never taught me. Or I'm even sure if they believe. The bonds of that love make God stronger. She chuckles to herself and brings you out a worn familiar stone. Some in Bra think I am crazy, yet they can't argue with the strength of my gods. Can they, Al? She tosses the stone in the air and then she slips back in the pocket. In her pocket. Again, alright. Alright, cool. And Kill Siege. What's changed with you? Sister. Alright. Alright, nothing changed really. Alright, well I'll get Eridus back on our team.
Bring me with you. Don't say no.
Come with me then. I knew you'd say yes.
I'm at least 6 times better than I was seconds ago.
Alright, cool. Alright. We're gonna end it here. We're gonna finish off with these portals and potentially start a fight. So let's see what happens next time. So remember, embrace the chaos or you'll go mad. Bye.